Stage 6, the dawning of consciousness, when the universal field learns to make a self. Up to Stage 5, we built the house. Foundations, rooms, and a hearth. But a house is not a living world until someone can live inside it. Stage 6, Ramasedi learns to make a self. The boundless field condenses into many centers of awareness. Souls that remember, prefer, and can attend. They rehearse in dream rooms. They are veiled for humility, and they wait until the body can hold them. This is creation looking inward for the first time, the universe learning to know itself from the inside. Stage 6 is the first interior event in which Ramasedi's primordial field becomes a multitude of individuated centers that can experience the creation they helped bring into being. It is the moment creation turns its attention inward and says, I am here. From Stage 1 to 5 worlds were built: source, polarity, elements, ordered containers, and a beating rhythm, the sun. Those were the external conditions, the architecture and tempo of existence. Stage 6 is the first internal response to those conditions. The universal field condenses into discrete loci of awareness, souls, so that the universe can be felt from within. In short, Stage 1 to 5 build the house. Stage 6 seats the inhabitants. Stage 6 is a descent of spirit into soul, individuation. Now the formless spirit, Ramasedi, takes the inward turn. It begins creating centers of awareness that can later occupy and animate the structures prepared in Stages 4 and 5. This is not yet biological life. It's the making of someoneness, continuity, memory, proto-intent. The breath of spirit starts coiling into distinct currents. Descending here is not a moral lowering, but a densification of pattern. The unbounded awareness of Ramasedi takes the form of bounded, persistent centers. These centers are denser than the purely field state. They have edges, a minimal, this is mind reference, proto-memory, and the capacity to attend. The descent prepares the field to be capable of interior experience before bodies or biology appear. It is a staging of selfhood. The sequence of the first 5 stages builds the world as a habitable architecture. But architecture is not life until it is inhabited by perspective. Without a center that remembers, prefers, and chooses, the cosmos remains magnificent machinery. Stage 6 is the necessary pivot from external readiness to internal reception. It is the difference between a theater and a performance. The stage exists, and now actors arrive. In Stage 1, we dealing with spirit in its Ramasedi form, the one reality just beginning to differentiate, the primordial, undivided field of awareness/energy, pre-conceptual, pre-polarized, not yet recognizable as someone or something. It is the raw potential of existence itself, limitless, formless, timeless. This is what we are pointing at when we say the primordial energy of creation. When we say spirit descends into soul at Stage 6, we are describing Ramasedi, the self-aware, polarized spirit in its first act of self-recognition and self-articulation. Ramasedi is the name for spirit as it knows itself and begins to express itself. It is already a triadic principle. Ra, refined will, light; Ma, formative feminine; Sedi, active masculine. In other words, Ramasedi equals spirit with identity and polarity, the seed of cosmos, not just the ground of being. So spirit descends into soul at Stage 6, subdividing into many localized flames of awareness, proto-souls. Spirit, Ramasedi, at this point is still primordial, still a single ocean of potential. In Stage 6, that ocean folds into itself to create eddies or vortices of awareness. These are not people, not living organisms, but centers of perception, like sparks or nodes in a field. Each node is a proto-soul, a unique perspective of the same spirit, carrying a seed of memory, preference, and continuity. This is spirit's first act of individuation. It still remains one essence, but it now knows itself as many viewpoints inside its own creation. Why this is necessary before life? Before there can be life forms, there must be someone to experience life through them. Stage 6 is like creating the software before the hardware. The programs, souls, are written before the machines, bodies are built. Without this step, the coming worlds would be just landscapes with no witness, no continuity, no evolving storyline. Think of a single flame splitting into countless little candles. Each candle still burns the same fire, but now every flame can illuminate a different corner of the room. Or think of a radio signal transmitted everywhere at once, then tuned by different receivers into distinct channels. Still one broadcast, but many listening points. Stage 6 isn't souls incarnating into bodies yet. It's spirit rehearsing incarnation, forming the units of consciousness that will later inhabit and evolve within the worlds Ma and Seti have built. Dawning of consciousness is here. And in this stage, Ramasedi begins to focus itself into centers. Each center becomes a lens or vantage point through which the whole can experience its creation. The whole ocean remains ocean, but drops form where the water surface curves. The drops are still water, but now capable of reflecting the sky in unique ways. Thus, consciousness is spirit's self-reflexive point of view inside creation, a self-sustaining center of experience, carrying memory, preference, and continuity. A bridge between the universal and the particular, it is how the universal learns what it is like to be a particular. Consciousness is not a fragment of spirit, but its localized expression, the way a flame is still fire even when separated from the hearth. Consciousness is not a broken fragment of spirit, it is spirit localized, a patterned, self-referential node that retains continuity and capacity for preference. Think of spirit as the ocean. Consciousness is the wave that can know the sea. Each center is a stable pattern within Ramasedi's field. It forms a minimal boundary, this, not this. It stores sequences, proto-memory, and it shows inclination, proto-intent. This is the functional soul, not mystical fluff, but an operational locus for first-person experience. From this perspective, Stage 6 isn't about spirit diminishing itself, but about spirit discovering its own interiority, its capacity to have first-person experience within the world it just shaped. The soul and spirit remain one. Localization does not sever the whole. Each consciousness is a standing pattern in the single field of Ramasedi, a whirlpool in the ocean. When spirit condenses into proto-souls, it's not breaking itself apart like shattering a rock. It's more like a single ocean forming many waves. Each wave has its own crest, direction, and rhythm, but it's still the same water. This is what we are describing when we say, localization does not sever the whole. Every existing soul in this entire creation today is a standing pattern within Ramasedi's field, a vortex of awareness, not a disconnected fragment. This means the essence of spirit remains fully present within each center of consciousness. This is exactly what the Bible's mystical verses hint at. Genesis 1:26-27. Then God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness." The image, Selim, here is not a physical look, but an imprint of consciousness, the same essence, localized. The breath in Genesis isn't air filling lungs. It's the act of spirit localizing itself as a living, self-aware center. The Hebrew texts actually make this distinction. Genesis 2:7. Then the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. Nefesh Haya. The dust is inert form matter. The breath, Hebrew neshama, is not oxygen but divine animation. A spark from the universal field that turns form into a conscious being. Only after the breath does Adam become a nefesh, a living soul. Job 33:4. The Spirit of God has made me, and the breath of the Almighty gives me life. Spirit, Ruah. The universal life field, Ramasedi. Breath equals its immediate transmission into an individual center. So in this framework, spirit, Ramasedi, equals the undivided fire. Breath equals the moment a portion of that fire ignites in a specific vessel, a proto-soul. Soul equals the ongoing standing wave of that spark in matter or subtle form. That's why image, Kerselim, and likeness, Demut, don't mean a face but an imprint of essence. The breath is the handover point where the universal becomes personal without ceasing to be universal. John 10:34. Jesus answered them, "Is it not written in your law, I said you are gods?" Quoting Psalm 82:6. Jesus reaffirms that each individual carries divine essence. Acts 17:28. For in him we live and move and have our being. We are his offspring. Our movement, being, and life are inside spirit. We are not separated from it. These verses point to the same structure stage 6 is describing. Spirit, God, emanates individuals, souls, without ceasing to be one. If Ramasedi is an infinite fire, each soul is a spark that glows with the same flame. It can shine uniquely but is never other than the fire itself. This is why mystical traditions, including early Christianity, Kabbalah, and African cosmologies, repeat that we are both of God and in God simultaneously. Stage 6 is not just about spirit descending into proto-souls. It's also about spirit remaining one even as it does so. This is the metaphysical foundation of ideas like unity in diversity, the body with many members but one spirit, 1 Corinthians 12:12-14. We are made in the image, meaning we're extensions, not copies. Stage 6 introduces the first moral actors. With consciousness comes choice, and with choice comes ethical accountability and relational responsibility. The cosmos, now aware from the inside, becomes a place for story. Memory accumulates, preferences create culture, and souls engage in iterative learning. The ethical life is now possible because there is an agent to be ethical. The house was ready, now the singers learn the song. Consciousness is not a shard of the ocean. It is a whirlpool that knows its own water. Stage 6 is when the universe learns to make a self. After the house is built and the hearth is lit, Ramasedi draws in 1,000 windows of awareness, centers that will carry memory, choose, and love. The house is no longer empty, it is inhabited. Creation finally begins to feel itself.